Hi Mitzvah, how are you? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're following all the videos and all the ideas that I'm giving you, and your wellness is increasing. So this week we are dealing with water. So this is the water week, the blue week. Yeah, blue. There's blue. Okay, anyway, the water week. So then why water? Water is very important. As you know, the body is 60% fluid or 60% water. So that means that if the body, if I was to be crushed, for example, by a caterpillar, just squeezed out like a lemon, only 40% of what would remain would be mass, would be solid. The rest is just liquid, 40%. So let's say if I weigh 59 kilos, so 60% of that is like 40 kg. No, is a 40% of 60 is 24. 24 is what would remain as solid, the rest is just liquid. Okay, the mathematics might be challenged a bit, but anyway, you get what I mean. So then the rest is water. So if we do not keep replenishing this fluid with water, then it means we are harming ourselves. Yeah. Water is very important because it supports the body systems. It supports the circulatory system, the nervous system, and most importantly, well, okay, even the others are important, but the digestive system. We've been talking about the gut, and of course, the gut needs fluid to be able to move the food from one spot to the other, and water is the best support. Sometimes people think that they don't need to drink water, that it can be substituted with tea, coffee, hot chocolate, iced tea, juices, etc., soups, porridge. No, because those are not water. They have other names and they have other functions. They cannot play the role of water in the body. Water is the best cleanser. We are exposed to so much dirt. We produce a lot of waste inside ourselves through all the systems. And so those systems need to be supported with water. So if we are drinking little water, it means we are not getting rid of all the waste that is produced in the body, all the waste that could be ejected with the help of water. Some of it will remain if we do not drink enough water. So then, and we know that we are constantly losing water because we are perspiring, we have to use the bathroom, excuse me, and all that we need, to do that efficiently, effectively, we need water. So therefore, the best cleanser, the most accessible, there are the detoxers like hibiscus, which we can use herbs of different types, but water is the most accessible and the easiest to use. So I highly, highly recommend that we learn how to hydrate properly and hydrate sufficiently. Yeah, properly and sufficiently. What I said supports the systems, that is just almost obvious. Yeah, we don't need any like super biological knowledge to just understand it. I know somebody who did not drink enough water and had to be evacuated using an ambulance. And what did they do when she got to hospital? They just put her on a drip and she was sent home. Paid several thousands for the ambulance trip, for the stay in the hospital, just to be given water and sent home. Yeah, and that has happened twice. So anyway, don't let that happen to you. Again, we can suffer from things like constipation, even diarrhea because of not drinking sufficient water. Get headaches, stomach aches, just because we are lacking hydration. So then let us be wise and avoid useless expenditure, unnecessary discomfort just because of not hydrating sufficiently. Okay, so then the weather is changing, it's becoming warmer, so this means we need to be drinking more water around this time. When it's cooler, we need less water, but that does not mean we should not drink water. We should drink, but maybe not as much as we will need to be drinking right now. So, okay, so what should we drink? When should we drink? How should we drink? In fact, the key point of this video is the how, because the what I have already said is the plain, simple, clean water. How much? 1.5 to 2 liters, depending on the weather, depending on the body mass. Yeah, sometimes the weight can determine how much water you need. The amount of medication you're taking can determine how much water you need. But usually it is never more than 2 liters and should never go below 1.5 liters. That translates to 6 glasses, 1.5, and 8 glasses of water, which would be 2 liters. So then how should we drink, and when should we drink? Okay, so we should drink 8 glasses evenly spread out throughout the day, avoiding the meal times. We should avoid drinking water 1 hour before meals and 1 hour after meals. Why? Because of the enzyme, the digestive enzymes that help to break down the food and absorb the nutrients, etc., and also remove the waste. So we should allow the enzymes to do their job without interfering or diluting them with excess water. So we allow the digestive systems to function before to start being produced and after to do their work in peace without an overload of fluid. And then after that, we start hydrating in little sips. Yeah. So then in the morning, we can start after breakfast, let's say 9 o'clock. Plan to drink 4 glasses, 3 to 4 glasses, depending on the weather. So then just keep sipping. That's like a glass an hour. But try not to just drink it in one gulp or 2 gulps. Do it in sips. That is what is recommended. But in case you are in a hurry, you have to leave, just do 1 glass and wait. Give it time to be absorbed and spread throughout the body. Then drink another glass after an hour and another one after an hour. That will make sure that the water remains in the body and is not exited so fast, because when you flush the system, as in drink a lot of water quickly, it will most likely be exited very fast. In the afternoon, you do the same thing, start at around 2:30 and finish by 5:30, assuming you will start having your dinner by 6 or 7 or latest 8, so that you can give yourself time to digest. Now, there's something that I usually do in the morning called water therapy. When I get up like this, when I come out of my bed, the first thing I do is to flush the system. How? By drinking 5 glasses of water. At a go, warm water. I take this flask to my room. As you can see, it's quite big. It's more than a liter. And fill it with warm water. Even right now, it's full. It has warm water. I hope you can see the steam. Yeah, it's not hot. It's drinkable, warm a bit above room temperature. This is good for the body because then the body does not need to do any work in absorbing the water, does not need to increase the temperature of the water. It just goes in and fits where it's needed, or it's taken where it's needed. So in the morning, I take this whole flask of water. This one goes down, all of it. And so what happens? After I do my thing, after about 1 hour, my prayers, my morning routine, my exercises, my stretches, I make my bed, etc. What happens? That water is in a rush to get out, all of it. Yeah. So I have supported the cleansing of my body. Whatever repair work was done when I was asleep, whatever cleaning, digestion, whatever the liver was doing, the kidney was doing, and is still hanging around, is flushed out of the system using this water. Okay, so then that whole process of water therapy supports the skin, supports the digestive system, wakes me up, like my brain picks up, or your brain will pick up, like you just become very alert, because water, when it is broken down, also has oxygen, so my body also gets a rush of oxygen inside, and so I have energy to do some exercise, some little exercise before I get on with my day. Okay, so then that's water therapy early in the morning, and then how you should drink it throughout the day. Now, something to note is that amazing, most people in sub-Saharan Africa die because of dehydration from malaria, especially typhoid, cholera, bilharzia. Those are diarrhea-causing diseases, and mainly when we are talking about diarrhea, is that the body is getting dehydrated, which leads to a very quick death. So then you don't want to be dehydrated. You can see dehydration is actually a dangerous situation to be in. It's good to keep the body hydrated. It is also very important to avoid being overhydrated. Yeah. How do you know you're overhydrated? The color of urine. If your urine is too light, you know that you're drinking too much water. If it is very dark brown, yellowish, very yellow, you know that you need to hydrate more. Okay, then purifying water. About purifying water, people boil water. That is not recommendable. it is better to invest in the reverse osmosis gadgets. There are machines being sold. Some simpler versions are there in the supermarket that use reverse osmosis to purify water. It's a very good process. It follows 3 steps. The first one removes solid waste. The second one removes microorganisms, bad microorganisms. And the third one balances out the water with minerals. That means that those filters need to be changed after 2 to 3 months, depending on how dirty your water is. Here, I have to change the filters every 3 months because we use borehole water. Finally, avoid boiling because it kills minerals in the water, it kills good bacteria, and also reduces the level of oxygen in that water. Well, I know anyway, if you have to boil it, boil it. But if you can invest in a reverse osmosis machine, it is better. Davis and Chatleaf also sells reverse osmosis machines and processes, so you might want to consider investing in that. Thank you very much and see you next week.